Hi, moms. I miss you. So this is going to be just a quick stop and drop prenatal. So it should get into all the target points, and hopefully nobody's allergic to cats. We'll get into all those target points that tend to cause, back pain and shoulder tension and dropping forward and all of that. So as always, make sure that you're honoring your body, that you are listening to the signals. So if you need to modify a pose, please do so. If you need to skip a pose altogether, please do so. Make sure that it is okay with your healthcare provider. This is safe for postnatal as well. With postnatal, again, just make sure that it's okay with your provider that you return to some exercise at this point. All right, and then we'll get started. So these are going to be short bursts of maybe 30-ish minutes. So if you have one, sit on a folded blanket. If you have a bolster, great. Maybe a rolled up mat or a rolled towel or blanket will also be really helpful to have handy. And we'll just start with resting the hands in the lap, sitting tall through your spine. Close your eyes. Take your first intentional full deep breath in. And softly sigh it away. Let your shoulders relax down your back. Take a moment to tell yourself that you are in a safe space. And give yourself the permission to release and let go of everything that has been a concern or worry. We need to find stillness in the body and the mind in order to really find clarity. Otherwise, it's all clutter. Feeling the rise and the fall of your chest and your belly. Maybe bringing your hands to your belly, holding baby, that sacred space. Imagining your inhalations as drawing in something that you need from it. So it can be any type of energy. It can be soothing and calming. It can be vibrant, general healing. Take about 3 more slow, deep rounds of breath. Go ahead and take the chin to the chest. Start to roll your chin from side to side. Taking the ears all the way over to the shoulders. Find that stretch through the side neck and the top of your shoulders at the same time. And the next time your right ear falls over at your right shoulder, keep it there. Take your left arm behind your low back. And you can move your head around here, looking for different areas of tension that lie all the way from the center of the back of your neck all the way through the side and the front. Take a couple more rounds of breath. And then from here, we're just going to extend the right leg. So the left arm stays behind the low back. extend your right leg out to the side. We're going to keep the head tipped over. Start to bring your shoulder down towards your right thigh. And look up if that feels okay for your neck. Otherwise, looking forward or down is fine as well. Think about pulling this left shoulder, the top shoulder. You're going to pull that back behind you to open the heart. And then as we inhale, we're going to circle sweep that left arm and just bring it overhead, starting to reach towards your foot. Take 2 more rounds of breath. From here, you're going to take the left hand to the mat. Okay, so just to the left side of your thigh. You're going to pop up onto the left knee and then reach the right arm overhead. Feel free to open the heart, looking up. Maybe tuck the hand behind the head for a little more stretch. Then we're going to do the same pose with some movement. So our exhales will ground us, taking us down to the mat. Inhale, you're going to sweep back up and open. Exhale, close. And inhale, reach up. Let's do 3 more. I don't know if I just did 3 or 4, so I'm gonna do 1 more. All right, and then we're gonna come back to that center point. And here, just walking the hands forward, let the head be heavy. Taking nice full round breaths. Keep softening those shoulders. And then let's walk our way back up. So you're just going to use your hands to rock yourself back to center. We'll bring the right leg back in. So our Baddha Konasana. Pausing here. We'll release the weight of the head once again. And this time start to pull forward into our center line. Go ahead and come back to a tall spine. And we're going to start the other side. So start with the chin back at the chest and then just roll it over to the left shoulder. Take the right arm behind your back. Moving the head around, find where you need that extra release. Take 2 more breaths. And everything stays the same except for we're going to extend the left leg out and start to take the left shoulder towards that leg. Bring the right shoulder or elbow back behind you. And then again, your gaze anywhere it feels comfortable or safe for your neck is fine. Let's extend the right arm overhead. Again, reaching towards your foot. Breathing deep into your side ribs and your side belly. Two more breaths, and then we'll take the right hand down to the mat. And once here, we're going to push into the right knee, lift the hips, and reach. All right, your next exhale, bring the hips down, sweep the arm back. Inhale, rising back up. Good. Exhale, come through. Inhale, lift. I'll try to count right this time, so go ahead at your own pace for 3 more. Bring your hips down. Go ahead and just recenter your spine. And then lean forward, walking your way into this. Couple more rounds of breath. Walk your way back up. We'll bring the left leg back into Baddha Konasana, butterfly. Holding the front of your shins, I want you to sit tall. Lean back in your shoulders until you find a stretch that runs through the top of the shoulders typically, maybe even down into your arms, maybe the back of your neck. And then you're going to inhale and lift the sternum. Draw your shoulders down your back as you lift the heart a little more. It helps to be pushing the knees down consistently. Take one more round of breath. And then when you exhale, let yourself round into this. So trying to push your spine towards the wall behind you. Arms are still straight, still pushing the knees down. You're just pulling into a different stretch here. And then we're going to do this with our breath. So inhale, we're going to come back to where we started. Open the heart, shoulders drop back and down. And then exhale, reach back. Tuck your chin in, hug baby. And then inhale, come back through. Good, exhale, hugging baby in. Inhale, come back. Let's do one more. Exhale. Good. Return to center. Take a deep breath in. And a big sigh out. All right. So either coming onto your back, if it's not comfortable laying on your back at this point in your pregnancy, then stay seated. And what we're going to do is just take a gentle open twist. So the feet are hip width apart. just like in all of our prenatal poses. And just take a moment to rock the knees a little. This helps loosen up the sacrum and reset everything in your low back. And then we'll let the knees come over to the right. So try not to let your shoulder follow. Your left shoulder should draw back, and just the knees are coming over. Continue with your nice deep breaths. Take about 3 more breaths. And then taking the knees back to center, go ahead and rock side to side. And we'll take the knees down to our other side. So remember, don't let the shoulder follow. Try to keep your right shoulder pulling back. Knees are falling over to the left. If this is too much, because we'll feel a bit of a stretch into our hamstrings as well with this one. So if this is too much, you can always put a pillow or a blanket under the lower knee, or even between the knees. Two more, 3 more breaths. And at your own pace, when you're ready, bring the knees back to center again, rocking them side to side. Walking the legs forward. Start to pinch the shoulder blades together. If you want, you can point and flex and make some circles even into the door. Don't do that. Good. Opening the heart a bit more. If it feels okay in your neck, you can drop your head back. Otherwise, your gaze will stay forward. And then we'll all bring the chin to the chest and just walk your way up. Let the shoulders relax for a moment without moving them. Feel the blood returning to the hands. And then let's roll the shoulders forward. Great big huge circles. And roll the shoulders back. All right, and then turning to look over your left shoulder while keeping your shoulders forward. Excuse me. You want to think about taking your chin across the top of your shoulder. Keep your shoulder blades down the back. And we're looking to find a stretch, in this case, in the left side of the neck. So you're going to feel a pinch stretch, and it's just because of the direction that we're pulling the muscle. We'll take about 3 more rounds of breath. then moving so slowly as you inhale, bring your head through the center. Start to exhale as you look over your right shoulder. Take 3 more breaths. Maybe try to take your chin just a little further towards your shoulder or the back of your shoulder. And we'll do the same thing. When you inhale, bring your head back through center. And this time we're going to go back and forth a few times. So the exhale, look over one side. Inhale through center, look over your other side. Do that about 2 more times each side. Make sure the neck is nice and loose. All right, and then let's come into a tabletop. So keeping your knees hip width apart or a little bit wider. We don't want to compress the sacrum, especially when you're growing a human. They do enough of that for you. And start with any organic movement. Maybe it's cat-cow. Pushing the hips back and forth. Making big circles. That gets into all the good stuff. And make sure you go both directions with whatever it is you choose. Take a couple more rounds of breath. And then we're going to come into a melting heart. So you want to keep your hips lined up over your knees, and the ankles and the knees are still hip width apart or a little wider. And then maybe your melting heart is to come down onto elbows. Maybe it's on a bolster, a folded blanket, or a pillow. If you feel safe in this with your back, you can start to walk the hands forward. Eventually your full pose, your full expression of this pose is chest on the floor. It's okay if you would like to push the hips a little bit side to side in this pose. Sometimes that feels good just for a little extra opening and movement. The idea is to let your low back relax. So we want that hammocking, we want that sway back. At the same time, extending, lifting through your tailbone. And letting the heart pull towards the floor so that you're lengthening your spine. Let's take about 5 more rounds of breath. And see if you can relax your shoulders a little bit more, whatever position you're in with this. See if you can trust your hips to just relax into them. After your 5th round of breath, or whenever you're ready, you're just going to walk your way back up, bringing the hands to rest under the shoulder heads. Stabilize the back for a moment. Take the knees mat width apart or wider is fine. Bring your big toes to touch. Start to push the hips back into the heels. And we're going to stay upright for just a few breaths. You can drop the weight of your head. Maybe make some circles with the head. Take a breath in. As you exhale, push the hips a little bit more. When you're ready to, start to relax into a child's pose. In your child's pose, as you inhale, feel the lift in the entire length of your spine. Every vertebra. We're creating a little tiny bit of space in between each one. So we're filling that with that healing breath. As you exhale, letting your spine sink deeper into your body and therefore letting your body follow. So you're going to relax more and more. In this position, we are surrendering things that we don't need, things that maybe have been trapped in the heart center or anywhere in the body, things that are causing us discomfort or harm. We don't need to carry the weight of these things. They're so heavy. So, with permission of yourself, tell yourself, I give you permission to let this go. Maybe you can put a name to what it is you're letting go of. Maybe you're not entirely sure what to call it, and that's okay. Your heart, your body, your mind, your soul all need to be able to release. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath. And from there, go ahead and make your way into tabletop. We'll take about 3 rounds of breath with any movement that feels good, anything to just kind of work that last little bit out. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way into our Shavasana. So, if you would like to, if you have a pillow or a bolster, you can certainly lie back on that. I recommend propping the back end of it somehow. So again, folded blankets, towels, or something like that can be really helpful. And you would bring the bolster end up. Bringing it up higher is great if you have that opportunity. The other thing is to just simply lay on your side. Left or right, doesn't matter. It's what you're comfortable with. Coming down, rest the head on a pillow. And then definitely, always, have something between your knees. If you have another position that you prefer, that's okay too. So a couple points real quick about sleeping while you settle into your Shavasana. Please keep in mind it's really important to keep your back straight as much as possible, especially when you're sleeping in bed at night. So having a belly wedge can be really, really beneficial. You can make one, again, folded towel, folded blanket, whatever you have. They're fairly inexpensive some places, but since we're kind of locked down right now, it might be harder to get hold of one. So go with a towel or blanket, whatever you have. But you want to make a wedge to lift the belly so that the weight of your belly isn't pulling into your vertebra. And then same with the hips. We want to keep the hips level so that we're not pulling them out of alignment while we sleep. And the way to do that is with something between your knees. So go ahead and close your eyes. And then take your deepest breath in of the day. Feel that breath as it moves through your heart center and surrounds baby. Softly sigh it away. I'm going to take you through a brief guided meditation. So just simply focusing on your breath and whatever visual comes to mind first. Don't waste your energy trying to change what you see unless it's uncomfortable. Otherwise, just invite whatever it is that your mind shows you. So first, imagining standing alongside a body of water. This body of water has a glass-like surface. I want you to notice the details of this water, such as its color, its depth, the breadth of it. Looking down at your feet, notice what the surface is like. What are you standing on? Is it grass? Is it sand, rock? See its details. Notice its coloring, its texture, every little detail that you see. Let your gaze follow the water line. You notice a tree, just a single tree growing right at the water's edge. Do the same thing, noticing its detail, the type of bark, the color, the texture, how big or little is this tree. Let your gaze move up into its branches, seeing its petals, any flowers that are growing on this tree, noticing its leaves, their color, their veining. Maybe there's a nest. Maybe this tree is holding more than its own life and ours. And then let your gaze fall on a single flower on a branch that's hanging out over the water. What color is it? What are the petals like? Is it a delicate flower, or is it strong and hardy? And then feel a soft breeze blowing across your face, through your hair, over your shoulders. And see that the breeze has knocked this flower free. And it's just going to very gently fall to the water surface. When it touches the surface of the water, it breaks that water tension. So it's no longer smooth like glass, but instead ripples. So every time you see a new ripple starting right at the edge of the flower, that's a breath in. Your exhale follows that single ripple all the way out until it dissolves back into the glass-like surface, way out. Every new ripple is a breath in. Follow that with your exhale. I hope you can practice this breath and some of these moves to reset your shoulders, your back, your hips. Stay in your Shavasana as long as it makes you happy. Please stay healthy. I miss you all, and I can't wait to see you in person, but only when we're healthy. So make sure to curl the corners of your lips up into those beautiful radiant smiles and keep that there for the remainder of your day. Namaste.